Striding up the fairway just behind her. Conditions today, the best they've been all week long at Ildong Lakes. It was cool and overcast for rounds 1 through 3. The sun is out and it's dried out the golf course a fraction. Greens are a little bit bouncier. You certainly get more run on the fairways. And the breeze has picked up. It's certainly the strongest it's been all week long at the golf course. As a result, you haven't seen too many players taking it too deep into red figures. Remember, Hyoju looking to go wire to wire here, as she did at the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational in 2021. I thought one of the easier holes on the golf course through the first 3 days has only yielded 3 birdies this afternoon, and it's playing half a shot over its par. Front left hole location. 29 meters left for Hyoju. That certainly brings the water into play. Oh, but that is a very bold shot. She's not shying away from the challenge, Hyoju. She's a great front runner. Looking to go wire to wire for the 4th time in her career. To start the back 9, Mae Lim. This narrow par 4 10th. To start it at the pair of green side bunkers up the left-hand side. Do not want to find that one fairway bunker on the right side of this fairway. She has been driving the ball extremely well this week, Mae Lim. Eating up the par 5s at Ildong Lakes. Now Seong Yeon birdied her opening hole to grab a temporary share of the lead with Kim Hyo-joo. Dropped 3 shots since, including 2 sixes and par 5s. Gotta steady the ship here. It's a scary pin to try and go flag hunting at. I'll tell you what, that's 2 very good shots from Kim Hyo-joo and Lee Seong-yeon. Suji. Just inside of 100 meters. He seems to feather anything, goes at everything 100%. No exception there. Well done. That's an A+ for bravery. 3 excellent shots from the final threesome on the golf course. And the conditions, well, far cry from what they were over the first 3 days, but it's a familiar looking sight at the top. Kim Hyo-joo in control of this championship, and some very good golf from Lee Ga-young and Mae Lim move them into the title picture. Suji, Seong-yeon taking steps back. They're 3 behind, standing on the 9th green. It should be a wonderful Sunday afternoon of golf here at Ildong Lakes. Thank you for joining us here for the final round of the 44th KLPGA Championship. Conditions are going to be rather interesting this afternoon. You just see those flags fluttering in the breeze. It's the warmest it's been all week. Half the humidity that we saw over the first 3 days, so it's really dried and baked the golf course out, and it really feels like a major championship Sunday. These were the contenders heading into the final round. Lee So-mi and Park Hee-jun not really making the most of Sunday afternoon, but Lee Ga-young, well, she is hanging tough. Only the one drop shot all week long, the fewest of any player out here at Ildong Lake. She's at 10 under par. Kim Hee-ji just coming off a bogey at the 9th. Mae Lim, well, she's within one, or two, I should say, of Kim Hyo-ju. Seong-yeon, couple over. Same case for Kim Soo-ji. But the final threesome all have birdie looks at the par 4 9th. First to strike from just off the back fringe, Hyo-ju. Giving that one plenty of respect. The green's running slick and true this afternoon for the final round. And it's right on that edge where the breeze continues to hold steady, and it's forecasted to for the rest of this afternoon. The wind could start affecting some putts out there, particularly coming downhill, and we have seen some very slopey surfaces on the back nine of Ildong Lakes. Mae Lim out of the left rough on the 10th. It's the biggest green on the golf course, and the pin's cut in the left half of it. Just 107 left. Got to be careful. Don't want to miss this green left. Leave yourself a short-sided up and down. So Mae Lim doing the right thing, playing out to the fat of the green. Great thinker around the golf course, Kim Mae Lim. Soo-ji. Outside left edge putt. Try to get it back to 11 under. Oh, gave that a fraction too much borrow. So an outward half of 37. It's going to leave her in a share of third with Lee Ga-young, who's pitching across the green at the 11th. Okay, when conditions are this tricky, the pins are tucked, you've got to leave yourself in handy spots, as Lee Ga-young has demonstrated to perfection there. Out of position off the tee. Work those angles. Give yourself lots of green to work with. Still got to execute good pitch shots, but it makes your life just that much easier. As I mentioned a couple minutes ago, no player has dropped fewer shots this week than Lee Ga-young. Just the bogey on the third hole this afternoon. Seong-yeon looking to stop the bleeding. It's going to go wiggling by, and you just see that breeze pushing that ball on another couple of inches. Certainly the closest she's been to major championship glory, starting this final round only one back. This is the lady in sole second at the moment, Kim Mae Lim. About 20 feet for a birdie on this 10th. Should just move to her left. Like glue coming across that spine. And she knows, just needed a fraction more acceleration. We talk about the conditions out here at Ildong Lakes this afternoon. It's not really so difficult that the leaders are going to start coming back to the field. It's a good putt for Soo-ji to turn in 37. Still yet to find a birdie this afternoon. Quickly make her way to the 10th tee. These players in the final group are being monitored for time. Got a warning by the rules official on this 9th tee, Seong-yeon. Yep, cleans that up nicely. So to my point earlier, it's not like it's so hard that you feel par's going to be a good score, and certainly an experienced campaigner like Kim Hyo-ju is going to be taking steps back. So you still have to find and take your chances and try to put some pressure on your leader, try and force the mistake. This is her closest pursuer right now. Mae Lim with a steady par at the 10th. of support, making her first start on the KLPGA Tour in this new year. So the final group of the day make their way to the back nine at Ildong Lakes, where they say this championship really starts Sunday afternoon, and they'll have to contend with this 350-meter par 4 10th first. It's one of the narrower fairways on the golf course, with a long, gaping bunker on the right-hand side to catch any errant tee shots. Once you find that fairway, even if you're in the left rough, it doesn't present you too much of a challenge, especially coming up to the biggest green on the golf course. It's 51 paces deep, but the pin today cut right about that middle section and only 5 paces from the left. The front two bunkers shouldn't see too much action with this particular hole location Sunday afternoon. There's one place you don't want to miss. It's pin high left. You have no green to work with and a very slippery chip. Middle of the green, well, these players will take it all day long. Particularly your tournament leader, Kim Hyo-joo, who starts the back nine 2 shots ahead. She's had that look about her throughout this week. Not pleased with something off her tee shots, and that's the first fairway she'll miss today. I said left rough's okay. That's halfway up the hill on the left-hand side, so it's going to be an awkward hanging lie for Hyo-joo. Now Mae Lim on 11. Easily the longest hitter in the 132-player field this week. Being long has an advantage on 11. To catch a speed shoot, get a good 40 yards extra run. Turn this over a fraction. Okay, is that going to get that help? It's going to try. Yeah, big tee shot. And threaded down the middle of the fairway for the 2020 US Women's Open champion. Yeah, to the looks to be the 14th, or the 12th hole, beg your pardon, Park Hyun-kyo, the two-time defending KLPGA Tour champion. Couple over for this final round, and not able to get any spin on that coming out of the rough. It's been a credible defense of her title, but she's not going to do what Koo Ok-hee did 40 years ago and win 3 straight. That's what your points list looks like right now. Hae-ran leading the way with Kim Ji-young. Close second, Ji-han Sol putting together a nice round today. She's in third. Jang Hana withdrew after an opening round of 75. Hae-ran, well, similar case, a 1-2 in the money list. Hae-ran up top after her win at the Next Sensate 9 Masters last week. And Lee Hee-won, the 19-year-old rookie, playing very nicely this week. She currently leads the Rookie of the Year points race, but has just turned in 4 over par 40 to leave her level 10th at 5 under par. A long way back, must have caught that very high on the face of the driver, so she's coming in with looks to be a rescue club. 168 meters left. Threaded between the bunkers, left and right the green, landed short, jumping on. Pitched it short, but again, just like Lee Ga-young up at the 11th, you leave yourself that slightly simpler pitch. Lots of room to play with, and she has a wonderful short game, which she's leaned on quite extensively this week at Ildong Lakes. Made a lot of really good par saves from right around the inside 10-foot range. This is a real spot of bad luck for Kim Soo-ji. She's hit it behind the only tiny tree on that left hill. For a player who likes to draw the ball, having a tree just a couple of feet in front of you to your right, or perhaps the camera angle from the back of the green betraying that, she's actually fine. 149. Popped up and out of that one quickly and did not make very good contact. So Suji unable to really get any sort of momentum going. One bogey coming back at the third. She's now played the par threes at Ildong Lakes, 4 over par for the week. She could look back and say it was the short holes that really cost her the shots at the KLPGA Championship. All 3 players out of the left rough, but by far the best lie and look for Lee Seung-yeon. Slight downhiller, 130 meters. This one's going to come out a little bit flatter with a little bit more release. Looking out to the right like her playing partners, and that's the right thing to do. Came out hot and runny, so it's going to release on to the back portion of this mammoth 10th green. And it's safely on the dance floor for Seung-yeon. To the back of the 12th and Park Hyun-kyung. Take some wizardry from here. A lot of slope to contend with, and if you're a little bit clumsy with this, that ball could go sailing across the other side of the green. Settle down. Settle down. Okay. Well played from Park Hyun-kyung. Mae Lim. Huge tee shot. Doesn't have much left. That flag on 11 cut right in the front left section. You can see 6 from the left, just 11 from the front. Probably plays more like 115 the shot. Very nicely done. Okay, that was Friday afternoon. I feel that would have grabbed a little bit hard on the greens, but they have been baked out by the warm, dry conditions that greeted players Sunday morning. Still gives herself a chance. Now Suji in a world of trouble here. Long bunker shot. Going over another bunker to a tight left pin. It looked heavy from bunker to bunker, and that one is plugged. Kim Suji's challenge wilting in the Sunday sun. You don't want to do on a golf course, particularly in a major championship, is just compound the error. And unfortunately for Kim Suji, it's getting a whole lot harder to start the back 9. Hyun-kyung for a tidy up and down at 12. Yeah, well done. Currently just outside the top 20. You see there 4 drop shots on the day for Hyun Kyo. Suji plugged out of the sand. It's not gonna get any spin on this. Just has to carry it past that lip. Should run out. Oh no. Got a face full of sand. It gets out of the trap. And that lie still doesn't look any better in the left rough. It's a costly start to the inward half for the reigning height Jinro champion. Now Mae Lim. Great opportunity for a birdie at 11. Can she take it? That got away from her quickly. And there's one fault you can point out to the week that she's had here at Ildong Lakes. Too many unforced errors. Mae Lim Kim. Now Suji, her 5th shot to 10. Oh, this would be some bogey. It's not going to be just one drop shot. It's going to be a pair of them. That's going to drop her out of the tie at 10 under par. She's got 8 holes left to play. There's going to be a lot of scrambling. She wants to go back-to-back in the biggest events, the KLPGA Tour. Now, this is one of those putts where with the conditions today, she's putting from a slightly higher level of this 10th green. It's just going to bank around to the left. The wind is off her right, slightly behind her, so if she gets this going with a fraction too much pace, the breeze could push this ball on a good 4, 5, 6 feet past the cup. That base looks good. There you go, just so hard to judge from that spot. Yeah, didn't quite have the right line as well. But you're going to have to make putts like that to win major championships. A major title is what this lady would dearly have liked to collect this week. 3 over par Sunday afternoon. Not going to get the job done for Lee So-mi. Oh, but that's a nice shot. Is it going to stay up on that little crest? No, it's not. We say it week in, week out, golf is a game of inches. That was about 2 inches from being a very makeable birdie putt for So-mi. So Hyo-ju under pressure at 10 to keep that 2-shot advantage. Remember, Mae Lim still has work to do for her par at 11. Oh, and that one lacking some pace as well. Stepping in quickly. I'd like to see this. It's got 2.5 feet away, but she shouldn't miss this. But it is getting breezy. As long as that ball, she hasn't caused that ball to move. It's no problems at all. Yeah, well done. Nicely holed putt, but it's a drop shot. It just gives the chasing pack a little bit of hope. This now becomes a very important putt for Mae Lim. This for par. To stay at 11 under. Well done. Great comeback putt. She won't know it walking off this green, but she's now only 1 shot back. A putt of her own upcoming for Lee Seung-yeon at 10. Oh, and like Mae Lim slips it in the side door. Okay, she's gained a shot with that par. Still very much in the title picture. Kim Soo-ji. This for a double. what an expensive double it's going to be. She's going to be 4 shots back with 8 holes to play. But the conditions aren't going to get any easier. And look at that wind just whipping the flag and the flagstick. Suji likes to keep the flagstick in when she putts, and you know, with gusts and breeze like we've seen so far this Sunday, she's got to be careful. I'm sure anyone could tell you a story about how they've hit a putt with dying pace and you know, a waving flagstick has knocked a ball out of the hole. Okay, double bogey 6 for Kim Soo-ji. Guy Young, what can she do on 12? 94 meters left, got to get it up that rise it comes. And that's a very good shot for Lee Guy-young. The second day in a row playing alongside her friend Lee So-mi. Park Min-ji, last year's #1 player on the KLPGA Tour, having a much better Sunday afternoon. A cheerless 74 yesterday. Currently 1 under for the final round in sole possession of 9th, which right now pays out 24 million Korean won. This is a lady who banked 1.5 billion Korean won in a 6-win history-making 2021 season. Seong-yeon on the 11th tee, just 2 shots back. One of the longest players on the KLPGA Tour. Just strays into the right rough. It's okay. Hyoju bounced back from her only other bogey today with a birdie at the very next hole. This 11th hole kicked off a 4-birdie run for her en route to the opening round lead Thursday afternoon. Lightning strikes twice this Sunday. There's this tweak diffraction left. Oh, it's going to get a friendly kick, and oh no, catches the fairway bunker on the left-hand side. As long as she's not too far up that bunker, should still be able to get up and over the lip with no issues. Now to Mae Lim Kim on the par 5 12th. The only par 5 she can't reach here. It's not going to stop her from wailing away at this. Fairway bunker up the right-hand side must be avoided. But she carries it with ease. Goodness me, that was a mighty lash. Oh, I said she couldn't reach it in 2. She couldn't possibly, could she? 2 very big hits. Now, So-mi up on the green. An outside look at birdie. Well, good putt. Nicely judged for pace. Like so many today, struggling in tough Sunday afternoon conditions. Hyun Kyung on the par 3 13th. And smack in the middle of the green. Oh, that gets a very friendly kick from just out of the bunker. Don't know how that pitched forward on an uphill slope, but well, she's going to take it. No birdies yet this final round for Park Hyun Kyung. Only the one birdie for wire-to-wire leader Kim Hyo-joo. Looks to have found that fairway bunker up the right-hand side. Left-hand side, beg your pardon, of the 11th hole. Looks to have drawn an uphill lie as well, so that should help get elevation on this ball. Clear the lip with no problems. Looked to have caught that just a touch heavy. Very heavy. It's not quite smooth sailing for the 2014 Evian Championship winner. One of 3 LPGA major champions in the field this week, all 3 making the cut. Now, Lee Ga-young. He was tentative on the back 9 yesterday, cannot be tentative today. This for birdie to get her within 1. It's got a chance. It's got a chance. Lee Ga-young, 3rd birdie of her final round, moves into a share of 2nd with Kim Mae Lim. Kim Hyo-joo in trouble on 11. Ga-young, is this her day? She's long overdue. That 3rd birdie of her final round now moves her level with the 2020 US Women's Open champion and only 1 shot behind the lead of Kim Hyo-joo. So on from the top of the hill at 11 and 46. Everything on the screen pitches back to front. Took that in very high. That's a sensible play, just pitching it out to the right. Fraction too far right. That's okay. Now, Park Hyun-kyung for a first birdie in this final round. Oh, no. Unlucky for Hyun-kyung. Mae Lim Kim. It's a rescue club. How far she has left into 12. 248. So no, this is not an attempt to get on in 2, you feel. The left-hand side would be ideal. Wow, she did get it up there. Goodness me, that's a big whack. But now the problem is that's a long bunker shot to a pin that's cut on an upper plateau. So no simple up and down for Mae Lim at 12. And a fairly lengthy 3rd shot into the 11th for Kim Hyo-joo. Talked about Suji on the last. You don't want to compound the mistake. Give yourself a chance here. On the front 3rd of the green and just right of this pin. You have a chance to save a par. Took it straight at it. It was a bold shot, but we saw from Kim Mae Lim's putt that one is very slippery. Things getting tight at the top this Sunday afternoon in Ildong Lakes, and the conditions have kept the players on their toes in this final round of the opening major on the 2022 season. Choi Min-kyung making the biggest move of this final round. She's 4 under with 3 holes to play and up onto the front page of the leaderboard. Kim Hyo-joo clinging to that tenuous one-shot lead over Guy Young and A. Lim Kim. Suji, not a lot of room to play with. Short of this 11th. Playing an Absolutely stunning pitch shot. She's still in the hunt, only 4 back. And with your leader, Hyo-ju, having a lot of work to do for a par. But this is the lady on the move. Lee Ga-young has reached the 13. She's got 6 iron in hand. Just got to carry it past the bunker. It will kick out to the hole. It's a good, safe and smart shot for Ga-young. Played the par 3s yesterday, 2 under par. Seung-yeon from the right edge of the 11th. Sneaking right to left. Well, managed very nicely. Good pace for Seung-yeon. Somi. Okay, good shot. He's going to try to feed a little closer to the hole. Oh, what the championship leaders would give for a tee shot like that at the 11th. This for par to avoid back-to-back bogeys for Hyo-ju. Got a chance. Oh, carried a fraction too much pace, and she'll be having some thoughts through her head. I don't think she's going to be brushing that one in immediately. So we're going to have a tie for the lead in just a couple of moments. This is the long bunker shot that faces Mae Lim Kim. You see that hole just cut on that higher back right shelf. It's up a little rise. And 2 options here. The bold one, try and fly it up to the top with spin. Or try and play like a long, slow chunk and run. Have it release up. Not easy to judge. Oh, caught that one heavy. Caught that one very heavy. Well, the mistake was really with that second shot, to leave it in that trap. For Mae Lim Kim, who has played the par 5s very well this week. Back to 11, and Seung-yeon to clean up for a par. Left edge putt. Well holed. Rock solid for Lee Seung-yeon. And who would have thought a par start to the back 9 would leave her only 1 back? Well, that's going to be the case. Mae Lim up and over the rise for a birdie. 4 at 12. It would have been an unlikely birdie, but it wasn't far away. So just the par keeps a share of the lead. Ga-young has an opportunity up at 13. He'll drop back to 11, and Kim Soo-ji for her par. Oh no, normally very positive over those short putts. That's the first time I've seen her putt with the flag stick out, but it's a double bogey start to the back 9 for Soo-ji, as Mae Lim up ahead at 12 taps in for her par to remain tied at the top with Lee Ga-young. Never nice mentally when you see your playing partner miss it from such short range just in front of you. Oh my goodness. Kim Hyo-ju. A 3-putt double bogey. She's not in a tie for the lead. She's trailing by 1. A disastrous start to the back 9 for the overnight leader. And that leaves Lee Ga-young and Mae Lim all alone at the top. Ga-young has this for a birdie at 13. Excellent pace. Excellent pace. Good bit of touch. Ga-young all of a sudden finds herself in a tie at the top. Now Park Min-ji through the green into on the 15th. Go on. Oh, that would have been some eagle 3 for Park Min-ji. That's going to be a birdie 4, and it's taking Min-ji, well, into the top 6. Up at 7 under par. I don't think she's going to have enough holes to post a scary enough number. It's been a nice Sunday for the reigning Korean Women's Open champion, So-mi, for her birdie. Good for pace. Still no birdies on the scorecard of Lee So-mi this Sunday afternoon. We saw birdies aplenty through the first 3 days at Ildong Lakes. There have been bogeys and doubles galore in tough conditions Sunday afternoon. But the 12th, the longest of the 4 par 5s at Ildong Lake, stretching out to just over 520 meters. Well, unless your name is Mae Lim, I don't think they're going to be able to get home in 2. Got to dodge that bunker up the right-hand side. 235 to get to off the tee. And if you can carry it, 240 meters, which is a big hit, you could get that little speed slope at the bottom of your screen right now and perhaps entertain the idea of attacking in 2. Penalty area up the right shouldn't come into play for the layup. It's just about picking a number and a yardage that you feel confident with. This kidney-shaped green stretches 50 paces deep, in the pin today in the back right section, 36 from the front, just 5 from the right edge on a little rise. And when you're thinking about that layup shot, you want to make sure that you're far enough down that your third shot doesn't come in with too much spin, because as you can see from the heat map, everything on this green pitches from back to front and from left to right. So if you come in with a full wedge and it's spinning very hard, it's easy to suck that ball back down the lower section, onto the lower section of this massive green. Seong-yeon trails by 1. How far down the fairway can she get this one? Leaning like that's leaking right. And it looks like it's found that bunker on the right-hand side, so definitely will not be able to reach this monstrous par 5 in 2. Ga-young. These are all critical. That's a good par. Ga-young remains in a share of the lead. Never finished outside the top 25 in all 5 major championships last season. Now, Hyo-joo, head must be spinning. Finds herself in unusual territory, now trailing. Supposed to be playing down breeze. But that one gonna find the bunker and let Lee Seong-yeon pretty much eliminate any chance of reaching this par 5 in 2 shots. Still very much in it. It's one of your co-leaders on the tee at 13. See that Maserati Quattroporte, the hole-in-one prize for any player who snags an ace at this downhill picturesque par 3. 9-9 out for Mae Lim. Real advantage of speed and compression on display right there. Launch that up in the air downwind, so hard to stop that ball. With a 9-9 in hand, able to keep it within 15, 20 feet of the cup. Never won a KLPGA Major Championship. Mae Lim Kip, this lady, what a pair of them. They went back-to-back years. Park Hyun Kyung. Now for her birdie at the 14th. Riding up the rise. Moving to her right. And the quest for a first red number of the afternoon goes on for the 2020 and 2021 champion. Hyoju, she's got a 3-wood out. She's far enough back. This is a risky play. I'm going to get home from 282. Contact was good, so that's a smart shot. As what I was talking about earlier, lay it up as far down as you can so that third shot doesn't come in with too much spin. Not in the bunker is Lee Seung-yeon, but not in position to go for it in 2. The only issue for her is it's a pretty steep uphill lie. The ball's slightly above her feet, so it's going to want to shoot straight up in the air and come in with a bit of hook spin to aim it out that penalty area right of this fairway. Whipping past the microphones on our cameras. Oh, I caught that a little bit heavy. Seung-yeon. So a lengthy third remaining. Things are getting interesting, to say the least, at the pointy end of the leaderboard. Ga-young, Mae Lim share the lead at 11 under. Seung-yeon and your overnight leader Hyoju, well, they're at 10 under, and a host of contenders at 7, including last year's number 1, Park Min-ji. Seong Yeon's third shot into 12 now from a long way back, 175. The advantage is she won't have to worry about this spinning too much because it should kick forward. But it's not going to have enough heat to make it up the slope. It's going to finish in that little low midsection collection area, but it's safely on the green for Seong Yeon. ENG, can she post a number? Long way back on 16 from 170. Pins in the left half of the green, and that landed very softly. Oh, brilliant shot from Park Min-ji into that stiff breeze on 16. She's got that to get to 8 under par. The breeze certainly isn't letting up, and if conditions continue to get harder and harder, it's going to make it challenging for Hyo-ju and company over the closing stretch. Now Hyo-ju, 93 meters left. Going to carry it all the way to that back right section. Not going to get any skip up the hill from this distance. Very nicely played. Excellent shot from a quality player. Kim Hyo-ju has that to regain a share of the lead. Well, provided this doesn't drop first for Mae Lim. Left to righter on 13. To move into sole possession of the lead at 12 under. It's not going to swing that hard, A Lim. A bit of a misread from the LPGA Tour champion. Now, Suji. That's do or die, really. All the way back at 7 under par. Cannot afford to give up any more shots. Like Ju will need to carry this onto the upper right section. Well played. A couple of good shots from the final group into this par 5 12th. Suji managing a smile. How costly is that start to the back nine going to be for her and Hyo-ju? Mae Lim, nothing in this. That guy Young, a steady par at 13, 4 straight to start the back nine. Mae Lim Kim marches to the 14th tee with a share of the lead. Seong Yeon, first to putt for birdie from about 25 feet away, up and over the rise. Not threatening the hole, no dramas. The steady string of pars will continue for Lee Seong Yeon. Suji first to putt, which is pretty advantageous for Kim Hyo-ju. Almost identical line to her playing partners. And you remember that heat map that on the green that we saw earlier with that flyover? They should tell you this putt, it wants to move from left to right. The question is how much, because just note that flag on the flagstick. It's pretty much straight downwind. This ball's going to be coming in just fractionally with more pace than it normally would on a calm day. It's got more pace, you take less break. Still, I have to say it's at least a ball outside the left edge. Oh, that close to a birdie for Suji. 4 over for this final round. There are a couple of players slipping back. Unfortunately, Suji, no one's given up more shots in the first couple of groups, or the last couple of groups, I should say, than that player. Now, Park Min-ji is This would get her, preserve her already slim title chances. Just to keep them alive. A wonderful fairway wood to this point. This for birdie at 16. No. Just no conviction in that one for Minjee. It's been a rather nice Sunday afternoon, though. The 23-year-old. Now Hyo-joo. Big putt. This for birdie. Touch firmer than Suji's, but not really high enough. So a par. Yeah, just moved a lot more than she was anticipating. One shot back. Still 6 holes to play. There are opportunities out there. This is what we love to see on a major championship Sunday. A host of contenders and a bunch of different storylines unfolding before our eyes. Seung-yeon. Oh no! My goodness. That is a very costly mental error from Lee Seung-yeon. A little lapse in concentration. Oh boy. She has bogeyed every par 5 in this final round. She will be livid walking off the 12th green, because now she falls to 9 under and 2 shots back. Maybe the sight of a new set of wheels will cheer her up, because if you manage to ace the par 3 13th here at Ildong Lakes this week, you'll drive home in a brand new Maserati Quattroporte. Just 3 players left this week with a chance to win that car. Couple of slopes in this green, 1 bunker guarding the front portion, the pin today in the middle of the green. It's 19 from the left edge. It's a very inviting hole position. It's not one that's easy to get really close to. Hyo-joo will have first crack. Just pitching on that downslope after the bunker. It releases onto the back edge of the green. It's not going to be a simple putt remaining for Hyo-joo. Somi on the 14th. The amount of swing in this. Left to right, down the hill. Let's see how Lee Ga-young has been tackling this par 4. The left rough off the tee. Third shot for Ga-young on 14 and playing that very nicely. Well, she took this flag on with her second shot, just bouncing into that back bunker. It was a nice bit of touch from the sand. Ga-young inside of 6 feet, chance to save a par. Hyun-kyung at the 15th. He's moved up today. Easiest hole on the golf course in the 3rd round. Ooh, she wiped that right, has she? Oh, gets a nice kick. The kick of a two-time champion. He finds the putting surface, but it's a long-range look for eagle remaining. Oh, Guyot, huge putt. This for par to stay in a tie for the lead. Right edge putt, got to be positive with it. Oh no. Second bogey of the day and of the week sees Lee Guy-young drop out of a tie at the top. It was a good attempt, a bold stroke, but it doesn't drop for Guy-young, and that leaves Mae Lim all alone at the top of the leaderboard. So me, a couple of shots further back, be keen to not drop a fourth stroke of this final round, currently in a share of 14th. That's a good two-putt for Lee So-mi. Share of 14th, pays out just around 13.5 million Korean won. There's still a fair amount of cash to play for the rest of the contenders this Sunday afternoon. Suji just through the green on the 13th, going to be a fairly slippery chip. Got that to check up nicely. It's going to take the slope. It's going to take the slope, and wow, brilliant bit of touch from Kim Soo-ji. She's certainly not throwing in the towel. Tell you what, that par is almost going to feel like a birdie from that spot for Soo-ji. Put a mark on it. Possibly standing on the line of Lee Seong-yeon. Now to your tournament leader, Mae Lim, with her second shot under the 14th. I wonder if she saw Lee Guy-young in the group ahead miss that putt. Just 152 meters left. And a very fine shot, but will it stay up? It's not going to. It rolls back down to the lower front portion of the green. So tough to get close to that hole. Into the breeze. It's fine. Now Hyo-ju a hole further back. Up and over a little mound. Picks up pace. And it turns to the right. It's also putting back into the wind, which I think makes this putt a little bit easier for Hyo-ju. It's trying. Very good bit of touch from the highest ranked player in the Rolex Women's World Rankings coming into the week. Hyo-ju 8th. It's been as high as inside the top 5 in her career. No, not gonna tap that one in. Wait for Lee Seong-yeon. All three players in this final group over par for the final round. Seong-yeon. Can't be thinking about that Tiddler miss for par at the last. She's got her eyes on this wonderful tee shot. Chance to get back to 10 under. Don't think that's high enough. It certainly wasn't hard enough. Her putting touch has deserted her over the last 20 minutes or so. But she has to remind herself, despite the fact she's 3 over the card today, she's only 2 shots off the lead. So many possibilities with just a couple of holes to play. Hyo-ju, no mistake from the world number 8. She remains one adrift. Conditions out here have been absolutely brutal in this final round. Ji-hyun tossed in a round of 80 earlier on this afternoon. Low round returned. Just a 70 from Choi Min Kyung. And Yoo-hae Ran, Ha Min Song also bouncing back nicely with a 70 after her 78 on day 3. Okay. That's the hold. Seung-yeon. 9 under, 2 back. 5 holes to play. For the players, this 15th hole, especially playing downwind, is going to be a huge respite for them. Most of the field will be able to reach this par 5 in 2, as Park Hyun-kyung has done. A defending champion with this lengthy look at an eagle 3. Right to left at the start, then back left to right at the hole, and ooh, it was a exceptionally poor effort from a player who led the KLPGA Tour putting stats for the 2021 season. Really been a summary of her week, just hasn't been on her game. Final group, that large gallery, reached the 14th hole, a par 4 that's only yielded 2 birdies the entire day. Coming from Yoo-hae Ran and Hyo Da-bin, the only players in this final round to birdie this difficult par 4. Kim Soo-ji finished 3rd on the Rookie of the Year points race back in 2017. Waited a couple of years for that first tour victory. Came last year at the KGE Daily Ladies Open. Probably followed it up with her first major title at the Hype Jinro at Blue Heron to round out her year. Turning into one of the stalwarts on the KLPGA Tour. Not the biggest player out there. A real pocket rocket. Backing off that one slightly because you can see that wind again just starting to buffet the players. Pretty much playing straight into the teeth of this freshening breeze. The longer you wait, the more it starts to get in your head. Don't forget, the final group was given a warning by one of the rules officials on the 9th tee that they were out of position. Soo-ji is taking a very long time on this 14th tee box. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I know it's a hard hole, and yes, it is into the breeze, Soo-ji, but it's not going to switch if you wait for it. In fact, there's a case to be made that it could get even stronger. It was worth the wait. Up the left edge of the fairway with no incident. Puzzling. Took a good 90 seconds to hit that ball. Almost double the allotted time that players are recommended to play their shots in. Hyo-ju doesn't really wait about too much. Should be used to playing in windy conditions. Certainly blustery at the Lotte Championship on the LPGA Tour in Hawaii a fortnight ago. Into this round, 14 was only one of 2 bogeys she made all week long. She's made 2 bogeys in a double this final round, but that one's up the middle. So up to 17 with the reigning #1 player on the KLPGA Tour, Park Min-ji, who's got one of the better rounds going this Sunday afternoon. Keeping that ball dry up the right-hand side. Coming out of the right rough on 17 to a pin that's cut on the right. Not a tantalizing prospect for a player who likes to hit a little draw. Oh, comes up short in the bunker. Might be in the bunker. Just left herself too much work to do after that really disappointing 74 on moving day. Now, tournament leader Mae Lim Kim, front edge of the 14th green. Slow putt up and over the rise, into the wind. Gotta hit it. It's really slow coming up that hill. Absolutely hammered it, and she has judged the pace to perfection. That's what you want to see as a tournament leader. Stress-free tap-ins for par. Guy Young was in a share of the lead coming into the 14th before dropping a shot with a bogey. Interesting situation here. She's bounced off the cart path a couple of times, and her ball's ended up to be about 6 inches right of the track. It's one of these situations where if you take a drop, which she is of course entitled to do standing on the cart path, she's going to be dropping it further up the hill on the right. And that could leave her with a bit of a hanging lie. So, options for Guy Young at the 15th. Mae Lim will just sweep this one in to keep her lead at 11 under par as she heads up to one of her favorite holes here at Ildong Lakes, the scoreable par 5 15. She's birdied that hole every single day. Hyun Kyo will hit the green in 2. This is still a long way to go for a birdie 4. Tentative with the first putt, tentative with the second. A cheerless, birdieless day for the two-time defending champion. Minji splashing out short of 17. Everything runs away from her, and that's a wonderful bit of touch from Park Min-ji. And she would have been able to just about see the top of the flagstick from that bunker. She can get in the house at 7 under par. Right now that's a share of 5th and a fairly nice paycheck of 45 million Korean won. Okay, looks like Guy Young is not taking that drop. What I was saying was if she does drop it out to the right, she's now got a big hook lie. So much flatter lie here, and the ball's lying okay. All she has to do is carry it onto the front edge, and well, it should release on to the hole. There's a little hump about 15 feet short of the hole, which will sort of collect everything down. But if this comes in with too much heat over the back of the green, there's quite a big drop off. Well out to the right. And in a low collection area. Should be pitching off a downslope. From that angle, I think that should be okay for Guy Young, but 15 really a must birdie for her, especially with a powerful player like Mae Lim. Still yet to play the par 5 now on 14. Hyoju, long way back, and oh no, a bit of a miss hit there. Caught it a bit fat, and now she's left herself a long, nasty bunker shot. It's all coming unstuck for the world number 8 this Sunday afternoon. Now, Yoon Ina on the 18th to match one of the best rounds of the day. No, she was 1 under par coming into this final hole. Took a triple bogey 7 on the 9th after being 4 under through 8. Really ending her chances. Now, Min-ji with this for par. She was so good from this range throughout 2021. brilliant up and down. Keeps Park Min-ji at 7 under, inside the top 5. Well, Yoon Ina at the top 5 and the Rookie of the Year points race, and this solid finish at the KLPGA Championship certainly going to collect some more points, but that was a very expensive triple bogey at the 9th. Comes home in 37 in the top 15. And a great first KLPGA Championship for the 19-year-old Yoon Ina. But it's Kim Mae Lim out in front at 11 under par. Hyo Joo, it's all coming unstuck for the overnight leader. moments for the tournament leader Kim Mae Lim coming into this par 5 15th. A hole she has thoroughly eaten up through the first 3 rounds, playing downwind. She's got the firepower to get there. Averages about 250 meters off the tee. And that's going to get a massive kick down the right-hand side. Oh, it's an enormous tee shot from Kim Mae Lim. Flip the green. This is what faces Lee Ga-young. It's like downhill lines. It's going to come out low. It almost played about 15 feet left and let it ride the ridge around to the hole. Oh no. Fanned the club face open, chopped under the ball, and I think that was a little tactical error from Ga-young. She could have played that well out to the left and it still would have banked around. Far from that drama. Some drama of her own for Hyo-joo. Long bunker shot. Pick it clean, try and get some spin on it, but she's absolutely knifed that into the bunker on the far side of the green. And it has been a dream week so far for Kim Hyo-joo. It's turning into a bit of a nightmare Sunday afternoon. Now Hyun Kyung on the 16th. Just a meter further away than Park Min-ji. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Park Hyun-kyung. Oh, she still hasn't made a birdie today because that's an eagle 2 on the 16th hole. Oh, what a crazy game this is. 171 meters for the 2-time defending champion. I mean, she's disappointed she's not going to have some history this week, becoming the first 3-time winner in over 40 years. But how about that for an exclamation mark on Sunday? Park Hyun-kyung with an eagle 2 at the 16th. Oh, how the contenders would love something like that. Now, Lee Seong-yeon. This is a nasty looking putt that she's left herself on 14. Playing it mostly through the fringe. It needs to continue to run out. It's not going to do it, but that's pretty good from where she was. Oh, I'm still getting over that eagle 2 from Park Hyun-kyung on 16. That was some special golf shot. Now, Ga-young, a must make on the 15th. For a birdie. Oh, and as she does tend to do under pressure, not positive enough with that, and oh dear, Lee Ga-young. It's a par. It does her tally no damage, but she's only got 3 holes left to play. Hyo-joo, really nothing she could have done there. That ball was buried. She'd gone straight at the hole. That would have released down to the front of the green. They brought 3-putt into play. It's gone bad to worse, and unless that one goes in, she's staring a second double bogey of this back 9 square in the face. And how about Park Hyun-kyung? Really had nothing going all day long. 4 bogeys coming into the 16th, but she'll pick that one out of the hole for an eagle 2 from 171 meters. Without a doubt, the shot of the day. In you go. Park Hyun-kyung, take a bow. That was simply spectacular. It's just something about the KLPGA Championship that brings out the best in the game of Park Hyun-kyung. And importantly, that gets her into the top 15. Now, Hyo-joo. Easy, easy. So that left a double bogey, which would drop Kim Hyo-joo back to 8 under par. might be a bridge too far. Minji on the final hole. With this outside chance, the low round of the day. Easy ball, easy. Scuttles on by. Park Min-ji is going to have that comebacker to post the clubhouse target of 7 under par. You don't think that's going to be good enough for a second major title. Seong-yeon, huge putt to stay within 2 with the par 5 to play. Just never really looked committed over that. Real shaky stroke from Lee Seong-yeon. Kim Hyo-joo, are her chances wilting in the heat of this final round battle? Mae Lim, really not much left into this 15th, 164 meters left. Hang on a minute. That is a huge miscue from the tournament leader to come up that far short into this par 5. I mean, she would have had 6 iron left at most, coming downwind. It's still interesting. Not for Kim Hyo-joo, though. A triple bogey 7. Oh, surely that spells the end. Kim Hyo-joo's bid to complete the career Grand Slam. She's now 6 over par for her back 9 and for the round. That means she's now level with Park Min-ji. Goodness me, she was 8 shots ahead starting this final round. And Park Min-ji with this 10-footer for a par at 18 to match the low round of the day. This for a 70 and the clubhouse lead. Good effort. And it slides by. She'll sign for a 71. Park Min-ji. And the signs are good. Had to withdraw last week at the next St. 9 Masters. Bit of a non-factor at the Mediheal Championship, but a top 10 finish this week sees her trending back in the right direction. Seong-yeon is going to drop the one shot, so Seong-yeon 4 over for this final round. Suji 4 over. Hyo-joo inexplicably 6 over par. Mae Lim has really got this tournament by the scruff of its neck. Look at how this final group have played. 15th through the first 3 rounds. All 3 players made birdie on this hole yesterday afternoon. Seong-yeon finds herself the best placed on the leaderboard this final group, and that's 3 shots back. Still has a chance. Got to find a birdie here at worst. Cannot afford to find the traps left and right of this fairway. Oh, has that? I think it might have caught that right bunker. Get the sense that all the wind has gone out of the sails of this final 3-ball. Seong-yeon bogeying every par 5 today. Soo-ji, no birdies on her scorecard. This time the back nine double bogey. The good news is this whole plays downwind, and these three are some of the longest players in the field, so no question, if you keep it the fairway, you can attack it too. Went after that one even harder than usual, and the caddy's signaling that that's missing right. Oh, going to get some cart path help like Lee Ga-young did. And for Soo-ji, well, that could be the first good break she has today, although that ball nestles down in some of the thicker rough at Il-dong Lakes. See, they just got ahead of it a fraction. And that club face a touch open. No one has struggled more in this final group than Kim Hyo-joo. See right there, 6 over for the final round. Coming off a triple bogey at 14. She's thinking 3 here. No question in my mind. That's a good start. Split the fairway, get a little run out. Okay. It's not impossible, it's just improbable. For Mae Lim, the lie is good, but it's a long bunker shot and it's an uphill lie, so it's very hard to generate enough speed through the ball without bringing in the chunks and the fats. She's played the smart shot there just for the front edge of the green, let that release out to the hole. Good intelligent shot from the 2020 US Women's Open champion. She overturned a 5-shot deficit with a closing 67 to bag her major championship 2 years ago. Only had to overturn a 3-shot deficit this afternoon at Il-dong Lakes. Now Ga-young. Oh, what she would give for a Park Hyun-kyung-esque shot into 16. No, bunkered again is the 22-year-old. And that's short-sighted. Is she heading for another week of heartbreak? Lee Ga-young, 1 shot back, but in the sand. Mae Lim staring down a birdie opportunity at the 15th. Seong-yeon, Soo-ji, and Hyo-joo all wilting in the Sunday heat in that final group. Park Min-ji in the clubhouse with a 71, with the clubhouse target at 6 under par. Mae Lim controls her own destiny on this 15th green with a one-shot lead. A chance to extend that to 2 with 3 holes to play. Ga Young, her closest competitor, bunkered at the hole ahead. Oh, drops to her knees as that one swings across the front edge of the hole. So like Lee Ga Young, Mae Lim can't find a birdie on the 15th. Let's have another look at this. Here is Ga Young on 16, playing this bunker shot into the wind, so that's the good news. Well, there's a chance for a par. It's a par putt she will have to hold. Mae Lim, much shorter putt remaining to keep her out in front. Well done. Mae Lim, one shot in front, 3 holes left to play. The penultimate hole offers some potential for a little last-minute script change and a little drama. There's trouble up the right in the form of a big penalty area, and there's some bunkers up the left, one of which Park Yun Kyung has found. Second shot now. Oh, it's not going to be the heroic 2 that she made at 16. That's a very good shot. She can find one more birdie in the closing 2 holes. She could get into 5 under par. Mark that we see Lee So-miat after her first birdie of the day at the 15th. Putting from the upper level of 16. Right to lefter, coming down this hill. Easy, easy. So hard to get the measure of pace just right there for So-mi. Looking for yet another top 10 on the KLPGA Tour in a major championship. Now, Hyo-ju, first to play, only player in this final group to hit the green, no, to hit the fairway, I should say, on 15. She's got a rescue club out. Birdied this hole yesterday from the front bunker. Doesn't want to be in there today, though. Stood over there a long time. A little gust of breeze as she was setting up to it. I wish she backed off it, because that's found the front left bunker. Frustration plastered across the face of the former winner of the HSBC Women's World Championship, now Suji. Tied with Hyo-ju at 7 under. Got some cart path help to leave herself only 157. It's a heavy lie. Oh, and that also bunkered for Suji. And the momentum just gone from the final 3 players out on the golf course. This is a huge momentum putt for Lee Ga Young, a must make for her. This for a par at 16, right to lefter. Gotta hit it. Gotta hit it, Ga Young. Oh no. And as she did on 15 and countless times before, just no conviction with the flat stick down the stretch in a major championship. Is that one bogey too many for the 22-year-old? Down on the tee. Mae Lim, 26-year-old championship leader, who's now got a 2-shot advantage. Just swinging aggressively and with a ton of confidence, because that has split the fairway. The par 4 16th. Swinging on the green for her par. To stay inside the top 10. Yeah, well done. Been a gutsy performance from Lee So-mi. 3 over through 10. Just hanging on inside the top 10. And Lee Ga-young, it's a second bogey in 3 holes. He's now 2 shots back with only 2 holes left to play. Inexpensive couple of mistakes on 14 and 16 for Ga-young. Lee Seung-yeon, she's only 3 shots back. She's had to lay up in 2 on the 15th, so we'll have to find a birdie the conventional way. 3rd shot left, just inside of 110 for Seung-yeon. Oh, that's unlucky. Pitched straight on the downslope. Releases into the back bunker. She can't believe it. That would have been the number she was trying to hit. That sums up the final group of the day's luck. Hyun Kyung. Must be some finish if this one goes in and she goes on to birdie the last. Never up, never in for the defending champion. Like Lee So-mi, 2 over par for the final round. Suji, long bunker shot at 15, even longer than Mae Lim's. It's trying to creep over that hill, but it just doesn't have enough momentum. Ga-young, 2 holes to play, 2 shots to make up. Got to find the fairway here on 17 though. Bunkers up the left, water up the right. That one's just going to stay in the left rough. Okay. I can tell the Lee Ga-young fans trying to egg her on here, edge her on. Going to need a little help from Mae Lim if they're going to see their girl lift a trophy for the first time ever on the KLPGA Tour. Kim Hyo-ju pretty much needs every birdie she can find over these closing 4 holes. Almost caught a piece of the flagstick, but that one, like Lee Seung-yeon, just had no chance. Pitching on the downslope, and that is, you think, foreseeably the end of her chance to complete the career Grand Slam today. Yeah. Massive tee shot from Mae Lim. She led the KLPGA's driving stats for the 2 full seasons she did play on the KLPGA Tour in 2018 and 2019. Out to the right. Is it working back enough? No, very right edge of the green. Well, it's okay. Pars will get it done, you feel, for Mae Lim. Seung-yeon back into the wind. Pretty straightforward bunker shot. Well played. Always nice when you can hit those bunker shots. Into the breeze, can be real aggressive through it, knowing that the ball's not going to scoot off anywhere. Hyun Kyung to tap in for her par at 17. Okay. Well, one hole left to play for the defending champion. Incredible defense of her precious KLPGA Tour, KLPGA Championship. Hyo Joo. Well played. Slightly different shot to the one that Seung Yeon played. Similar result. A couple of solid pars for the ladies. Hyo Joo. Oh dear. 6 over par through 15 holes. A race for all intents and purposes has been run. The quest for a KLPGA Championship to complete the career Grand Slam will go on for the world number 8. Suji, this to draw level with Lee Seung-yeon and to keep her slim chances alive. Left to right, very slick, downhill, downwind. Good effort. Couldn't be too bold with that. So your final 3-ball. Not going to pick up any shots at the easiest hole on the golf course. Ka Young. Do or die time from 121 on 17. And that's okay. It's on the green, but an outside chance for a much needed birdie 3 for Lee Ka Young. Runner-up last year to Kim Mae Lim in a playoff at the McCall Mona Park Ladies Open. Could be coming up just short again at the start of 2022 to this lady who has this tournament in her grasp. Kim Mae Lim with a 2-shot lead and this birdie putt on 16. Looking good. It's looking very good. Kim Mae Lim. Is that the nail in the coffin of the chasing pack? When she got to this hole Thursday afternoon at 6 under, drop shots on 16 and 17. Come Sunday afternoon, a very different story. Look at the reaction here. She knows a birdie there. A 3-shot lead with 2 holes to play. That's what champions do. They perform in the big moments. Mae Lim. Deep breaths. Back to the game face. Marching to the 17th tee. We go up to 18. And the final hole, Park Hyun-kyung will play as the KLPGA champion. Just pin high on the left edge of the green. In the company of Park Ji-young, who's a couple over for her day, and like Hyun-kyung at 4 under par. But a brilliant birdie on the 16th hole takes Kim Mae Lim's lead to 3 over Lee Ka Young. Kim Mae Lim with one hand on the trophy here at Il-dong Lakes at the 44th KLPGA Championship. far from the action, and unfortunately for Kim Hyo-joo, far from the lead, back on the 16th tee. And that pretty much just about sums up the day of 26-year-old overnight leader was looking to go wire to wire this week. It's just not going to happen now. Ga Young, last gasp effort for a birdie on 17. It's a good positive putt. That's more of what we like to see. Doesn't find its target, but importantly, it had a chance. And Ga Young, spare a thought for her. She's battled so bravely in very tough conditions this afternoon, but Mae Lim simply too good on the day. One more good swing off this 17th tee. She's pretty much got one hand on the trophy. Just a 3-wood for the powerful player. Work a little cut off those fairway bunkers. Yeah. Somebody in the gallery say okay. That's more than okay. Pro back in 2013. One-time winner on the KLPGA tour, and that of course was a major championship. Park Hyun-kyung on the closing hole. Now, that for a closing round of 74. Be a top 15 finish for Park Hyun-kyung. Going to be 4 under par shares, 13th. Hyo-joo out of the fairway bunker at the 16th. She's been living in the sand on this back nine. Has not been enjoying it one bit. Don't think she can get home that close to the lip from 180 meters. And the golf course can be a lonely place sometimes. It happens to the best of them. The growing gallery around the penultimate group. We're watching Mae Lim march to potentially her first KLPGA major title. Hasn't won on home soil since the 2019 Queen's Park Open. It's safe to say the wait may be very well worth it. To engrave her name as the 44th KLPGA champion. Still 1.5 holes to play. She's got one hand off the trophy, courtesy of some very clutch moments. None bigger than this cross-country putt on the 16th hole, finding its target. And wouldn't she know it? Just look at this reaction. Her performance on a Sunday afternoon in Pocheon, not someone you want in your rearview mirror heading into the final round. Overturned that 5-shot deficit in 2020 to win by a single shot over Jin Young Ko, your current world number 1, and American Amy Olsen. Has 4 wins on the Dream Tour, the Korean feeder tour that has produced so many wonderful champions and world-class golfers. One of its proud graduates, striding up the 17th fairway with tournament in hand. Up on the green, Ga Young to tidy up for her par. Okay. Lee Ga Young cruising for her best ever finish in a major championship on the KLPGA Tour. Sole possession of second. Well, that pays a pretty penny, 132 million Korean won. Now, on the last, hopefully, the final stroke in the reign of Park Hyun-kyung at the KLPGA Championship. That's well holed. A 74 to close for Park Hyun-kyung, the two-time defending champion. Not going to make it a hat trick. He will not do what Koo Ok-hee did 40 years ago. But still, a top 15 finish, a more than credible defense of her title. Kim Hyo-joo in what was a record-setting year in 2014, beg your pardon. Had 5 wins, 4 of them were major championships. The only one she didn't bag was this one. Finished in 11th place at the KLPGA Championship, and to this day that's still her best performance. Well, she's going to beat that this week. The wait for a career Grand Slam goes on. This prodigious 26-year-old talent from South Korea. Ju currently in a share of 4th. He's still not on the green with her 3rd. She is burning some cash. Sunday afternoon at Il-dong Lakes. 216 million Korean won go to the winner, which right now is looking very solid. A shoe-in bet to be Mae Lim, who's 3 shots clear and safely down the 17th fairway. topsy-turvy final round it's been here at the KLPGA Championship. But as the dust settles at Ildong Lakes, it's this lady, Mae Lim, with the tournament firmly within her grasp. Second shot to the penultimate hole now. 96 meters. Anywhere past the flag and on the left will do. Well, she'll settle for past the flag and on the right. It's just going to roll off the green, but that's a pretty simple up and down left for Mae Lim. The closest pursuer, Lee Ga-young. Only the par 3 18th to play. To 16, long bunker shot. A lot of sand to come over for Kim Soo-ji into the breeze. And playing a real gem of a golf shot. She's hit some wonderful shots today. But still no birdies on her scorecard. Hanging on inside the top 5 right now in a share of 4th with Kim Hyo-joo. Who's still not on the putting surface for 3 at 16, so you feel there might be solo 4th in a bit. And at the last, Lee Ga-young. Second place, 3 back at 9 under par. One final swipe. Today, just 11 from the left edge. And safely on the dance floor for Lee Ga-young. Once again, looks to be coming up just a couple shots short. Hyo-joo for her par at 16. And a rough back 9, getting even rougher because that's not stone dead. That's for a bogey. And even if that goes in, she's going to be 7 over par for the back 9 and 7 over for the final round. Lee So-mi dropping a shot at 17, so she's back at 4 under. Playing a nice shot into the last, just off the left edge of the green, past pin high. Park Hye-jun, the final player in this group. She's at 5 under. Mae Lim. One of the easiest chips you can leave yourself to this pin on 17. Uphill, nice lie. Oh, so close to a very flashy birdie, but that's gone trickling on by. Still, even with a bogey here, you feel she could realistically go bogey on the final 2 holes and still get the job done. This is for a bogey for Kim Hyo-joo to drop just 1. Yeah, well done. Slips that in the right edge. Just 1 birdie in this final round, coming all the way back on the 8th hole, which feels like a distant memory to Kim Hyo-joo. Mae Lim. Take another step closer to a 3rd KLPGA Tour title. This for par at 17. Should just dive left a fraction at the hole. A very solid putt will keep Mae Lim's advantage at 3. She makes her way up to the 72nd hole. The hundreds that have gathered to watch their favorite golfers are going to see Mae Lim lift this championship trophy at the end of the day. Not so many of those fans would have hoped for a different ending for Lee Ga-young. Consummate professional, very likable character on the tour. Going to come up short again, but she's got a chance to give them something to cheer about on this 18th. This for birdie, and no. Comes up short, and now, well, she's got that for par to post 9 under. Obviously, solo second pays a whole lot more than a share of second. Hyoju. Clubhouse couldn't come fast enough for her. Started the day at 13 under, now finds herself all the way back at 6, although just coming out of the right rough at the 17th. Lee Seung-yeon currently at 8 under par. Kai Young with a putt for par at the last. Difference between sole possession of second and a share of second place, about 20 million Korean won. The lion's share of that 1.2 billion prize purse this week looking to be heading the way of that lady, Mae Lim. 216 million to the champion. A bunch of world ranking points, so she's definitely going to climb up from where she began the week at 50th in the world. She can enjoy this walk. 1 hole left to play. A 3-shot lead. Somi up on the green. Just to get back into the top 10. Great effort for Lee So-mi. It'll be another solid week for her. She would have just liked a little bit more, wouldn't she? Closing round of 75 for the 4-time titleist. A share of 12th when all is said and done at the KLPGA Championship. Big money putt coming for Lee Ga-young. It's 114 million for a 2-way tie for second. It's 132 million for solo second. This for par, and to set the clubhouse lead at 9 under par. It's a wonderful putt. A par at the last sees Lee Ga-young end the week with a 72 on Sunday. 9 under par. She's going to come up short to that lady, but what a week for Lee Ga-young, and her legions of fans will continue to grow. Well played, Lee Ga-young. It's all about Mae Lim. Round of the day, 2 under par 70, recorded by 2 players, Hee-ran and Choi Min-kyung. 3 players, I should say. Min Song also tossing up a 70. Mae Lim, she's 2 under par playing the last. That's what you live for as a professional golfer. And it's like this. They want to draw it in there. They want to cut it in there. 3-shot lead. Kick the ball up there. Still probably get across the line. Okay, just doing a little crowd control with some of the official photographers out there. Consummate professional still going through the process. Doesn't matter whether she's 3 clear or 3 behind. It's all about sticking to that routine. One more good swing. 26-year-old Mae Lim. Tournament leader on the 72nd tee by a 3-shot spread. Okay, just long left, no problems for Mae Lim. Safe to say the engraver can start his duties. She's definitely Definitely going to be improving on her 5th place KLPGA appearance. That was her best result in this tournament way back in 2018.
그래, 그렇다고 축구 보고 어떻게 치고요? 잘못해서 날리면 달라는 거 그런 짓을 왜 하면
2019. She's
플레이하겠습니다.
going to take the lot in about half an hour's time. For Lee Hee-won, still quite a bit to play for the 19-year-old rookie. 5th last week at the next St. 9 Masters, currently in a share of 7th at 5 under. And a very good tee shot for Lee Hee-won. So that putt is going to be to get her to 6 under par, which would be good enough for another top 5 finish. So to say she's enjoying her first appearance in the KLPGA Championship, playing in the company of Mae Lim. Hyo-joo back at the 17th, 126 left. And say it isn't so, as that found another bunker. Kim Hee-ji over par for this final round. I thought she'd kick on after birdieing the 8th, but 4 bogeys since. And he put pay to her challenge this week. Lee E1, she is at 5 under. Oh, but unlike Lee E1, she's found that deep bunker short right of the 18th. Only broken par twice this year, Kim Hee-ji. For Kim Mae Lim, she's gone from strength to strength. 6 under par through 15 holes Thursday afternoon in calm conditions. Couple of bogeys to finish. Left a sour taste in her mouth. Could only manage a 70 on day 2. A really tidy 68 where her putter bailed her out of trouble a couple of times on moving day. Saw her into this position in the penultimate group Sunday afternoon. And in front of a record crowd for the 2022 season, she has delivered the goods in a Sunday showdown at Ildong Lakes. Tough conditions greeted the players for the final round of the season opening major championship. Kim Mae Lim going out in 35, a couple of great par saves and an emphatic birdie at the difficult par 4 16th, pretty much sealing the deal for the 26-year-old former US Women's Open champion. Tremendously popular figure back home in South Korea, making her first start on home soil this year. The galleries have been delighted seeing some of their big stars return from LPGA Tour action. Kim Mae Lim just moments away from being crowned the 44th KLPGA champion. Good bit of sportsmanship there. Such a gracious competitor, applauding her playing partners, rookie Lee Won and Kim Hee-ji. As the 18th green announcer makes their presence known to the hundreds, if not thousands, that have gathered at Ildong Lakes for what has been a captivating 4 days of golf, the KLPGA Championship. So many storylines coming into the week. Could Kim Soo-ji make it back-to-back major titles? Could Kim Hyo-joo complete the career Grand Slam? Could Park Hyun-kyung become the first player since Ko Oki 40 years ago to win 3 straight KLPGA championships? Somewhere amidst all that, it was Kim Mae Lim. Well, good news for Kim Hee-ji, not in the bunker on 18. So a far simpler task for Hee-ji, but a little bit heavy-handed from the 20-year-old. Who finished 3rd on the Rookie of the Year points race last season to Song Ga-eun. slick little chip here. Just got to get it onto the fringe and it will release out to the hole. She could do it in style. She tried. She'll put a mark on that. Surely and be able to savor the moment. To come from behind for her made an LPGA Tour title, which was a major championship in 2020, the US Women's Open. To be able to enjoy the moment. Glorious sunshine in the Gyeonggi province, 15 kilometers from Pocheon City. A long time coming on home soil for Mae Lim. He is really turning into a big star of the future. She's already a big star. Chance for the second straight top 5 finish for the rookie in her first season on the KLPGA Tour. This for birdie to get in the clubhouse at 6 under par. Yeah, good effort. Top 10 in her first KLPGA championship. Triple bogey 7 on the 9th. That's going to leave her wondering, well, what if? As she leaves Ildong Lakes this evening. 76 to close for Lee Yi-won. She'll be back. It's another wonderful week for the teenager who stretches her lead in the Rookie of the Year points race. Now, Rookie of the Year in 2013, Kim Hyo-joo, playing a very nice bunker shot on this 17th, still giving the faithful fans that are keeping this struggling final group company something to cheer for. No one's going to be more disappointed than that lady as the sun sets over Pocheon City this Sunday evening. It's going to be a happy Labor Day for her. She has labored on the back 9. 7 over par. Back down in a share of 5th now with last year's number 1 Park Min-ji. Lee Seung-yeon still has a fair amount of money to play for. We talked about that putt that Lee Ga-young holed on the last to post 9 under in the clubhouse. If Seung-yeon can find, well, 1 birdie in her closing 2 holes, she's going to share second place, and for her, difference about approximately 20 million Korean won. The good news for her is the first part of this putt's going to be downhill. You can see the change in color of the grass on the green. So it's down green the first bit, then it turns back uphill and into the green. So she can afford to be a little bit more positive with this putt. Down and up and moving to her left is for birdie. Pretty good effort for Lee Seung-yeon. Like Ga-young, she's heading for her best ever finish in a major championship. Still the 3rd right now for Seung-yeon. She's shown a lot of heart this Sunday afternoon. This is the moment for Mae Lim. It's an A-star performance for Mae Lim. The 26-year-old delights the galleries at Ildong Lakes, and for the first time in her career collects a major championship on the KLPGA Tour. Your winner of the 44th KLPGA Championship, her third title on her home tour. Popular figure here and around the world. And she has truly deserved it. Ties the low round of the day, a 2 under par 70 in very challenging conditions. Good enough to get the W for Mae Lim, 216 million Korean won richer. She'll climb a couple of spots in the Rolex Women's Golf Rankings. Started the week at 50th. She's going to get up close to the low 40s in just a couple of days. The lady who sits 8th on that world rankings. Hyoju for a par. Great up and down. Tidy stuff for Hyoju. Just the par 3 18th left to play. Mathematically, Mae Lim, your champion, Seung-yeon, even with a hole in one, you do know better than 10 under par. It's been a long time coming. Mae Lim. Starting to sink in now. You can hear the sniffles. Back tears. Went through on the KLPGA Tour in 2018 at the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational, then won the Queen's Park Championship in 2019, but she will look back at this moment on the 16th green on the 1st of May 2022 when she took the KLPGA Championship. Simply sensational stuff. Doing what the great champions do. Give them an opening, and they're going to take it. Couple of good up and downs on 17 and 18. Just confirm that. It's been a long week. Overcast conditions through the first 54 holes. Bright sunshine and high winds. Really challenging. 71 players who made the halfway cut at 1 over par. Mae Lim prevails. That's what you want to do. That's what a US Open champion does. A bogey-free 35 in the penultimate group Sunday afternoon. Sealed the deal for Mae Lim. So 3 players left on the golf course. Seung-yeon with the honor on the 72nd hole. Solo third, going to be good enough for 96 million Korean won. And that should move Lee Seung-yeon into the top 10 on the money list at the end of play today. A bit of a buffer on Kim Soo-ji, who unfortunately bogeyed the 17th. But a birdie at the last earns her another 20 million Korean won. Lovely tee shot from Lee Seung-yeon. First ever finish in a major championship this week. It wasn't to be her Sunday. She had very different plans after birdieing her first hole to get alongside Kim Hyo-ju at 13 under. 5 bogeys and no birdie since. Leave her on the outside looking in, and I think no one is going to be more disappointed Kim Hyo-ju. to complete the Korea Grand Slam, add a 7th KLPGA Tour Major Championship to a trophy cabinet. All came unstuck on the back 9. Bogey at 10, double at 11, a triple at the 14, and another bogey at 16 thrown in for good measure. One hole left to play in what has been a painful final round for Hyoju. Nice shot there. The 14-time winner on the KLPGA Tour, 5-time winner on the LPGA Tour. She'll be back. She'll definitely be back. Now, Suji, only player in this final group to not make a birdie. 5 over for her final round. It's not an easy thing playing in the final group on the Sunday of a major championship. Suji did it with such ease at Blue Heron at the Haight Jinro Championship. Was it 6 months ago? 7 months ago? She like her playing partners is going to be disappointed with the result this week, but it's going to be another great week in a major championship for this player who is rising. She tweaked that left. Oh, certainly has. One final test for Kim Soo-ji. Bogey there would slip her back into a share of 6th. Hyoju just putting her arm around Soo-ji. They've been through a lot for this final group on Sunday. Now make the 150-meter walk from the tee box across the bridge at the last of the closing green at Ildong Lakes. First hosted an event back at the 1996 Samsung World Championship on the LPGA Tour, won by the great Annika Sorenstam. I think it's fair to say that Ildong Lakes has been a brilliant test for the 132 players who teed it up this week in the 44th KLPGA Championship. They've been wonderful and gracious hosts. Everyone has enjoyed their time here this week. A property opened back in 1995, co-designed by former president of the Korean PGA Kim Seung-hak Kim and Kim Hak-young, a KPGA professional turned golf course architect, and it's been the proud host of many wonderful championships through the years. Mentioned that 96 Samsung World Championship on the LPGA Tour. It's hosted 6 SK Telecom Opens on the KPGA, most recently won by KJ Choi in 2005. If you're ever in the Gyeonggi province, somewhere around Pocheon City, take a trek 15 kilometers northeast and enjoy some spectacular golf, as we have all throughout this week at Ildong Lakes. Champion Mae Lim going through the little briefing. Normally a bother for the players, but you just bagged 216 million Korean won in your first KLPGA major. Well, anything's easy. Well, nothing easy about this up and down that Kim Soo-ji has to keep her position in the top 5. See that big mound just before the green on her angle. That's going to kick the ball down and away from her. She'll be pitching off a downhill lie coming out of some gnarly rough, so the options are Try to play the back foot. Play it off the back foot, stun it into that bank. Hope it kicks forward and releases on. Or if you're feeling brave, open up that club face and try and play almost like a flop shot. But the danger with that is that you land on the downslope and it still kicks pretty hard. Looks like she's going for the former option. Certainly the percentage play. And she's made a very good fist of that. Wonderful bit of touch from Kim Soo-ji. It's going to be a birdieless final round for the affable South Korean. Lee Ga-young got so very close. I'm telling her, the time will come. The time will absolutely come, Ga-young, and we should be so fortunate to be there to witness it. When she eventually gets across the line, she will be a hugely popular winner. When she eventually gets that maiden win on the KLPGA Tour. Lee Seong-yeon. Not often you say this, but this putt, for right about 20 million Korean won. Good thing is, not going to be under pressure even if she does drop a shot. She's got third place all locked up, so it's a bit of a free run for Lee Seong-yeon. That pronunciation, work on the victory speech. Well, Lee Seong-yeon gets over this to finish in a share of second. Got a chance. Oh, it was a wonderful attempt for Lee Seong-yeon. Lee Ga-young will take second place by herself and 132 million Korean won at the KLPGA Championship. Lee Seong-yeon will come home with a 4 over par round of 76 to close her week at Ildong Lakes and sole possession of third. She thought she had it. We thought she had it. But it wasn't to be. Bookend birdies for Lee Seong-yeon. 96 million Korean won will do quite a bit to cheer her up. Hee-ji Lee won. Ga-young, So-mi all ready to douse your champion. Mae Lim in traditional rose petals in just a couple of moments' time. Now Hyo-ju for a birdie. Well, that about sums things up for the world number 8. Went out in level par 36 with the lead. She'll stumble home. 7 over par 43. A 79 to close. Not going to go wire to wire this week. And will not complete the career Grand Slam. Kim Hyo-ju finishes in a share of 4th with Park Min-ji. And will include this lady, Kim Soo-ji. For 77th and hopefully final shot of the day and the 44th KLPGA Championship. This for par for Kim Soo-ji. Unfortunately, a drop shot at the last. Soo-ji is going to share 6th with Lee Won, Choi Min Kyung, Lee Chae-eun 2. Rounding out the disappointment of the final group, a closing bogey for Kim Soo-ji. A round of 78 for the reigning height Jinro champion. But it's jubilation and celebration time for Kim A. Lim. Get the protection on. Settle down, ladies. Settle down. The winner of the 44th KLPGA Championship, a US Open champion, and now a 3-time KLPGA champion, Mae Lim, the only player this week to post all 4 rounds under par, delighting the fans, delighting us all. A 3-shot victory, a 3-shot margin of victory for Mae Lim. The 26-year-old is your 2022 KLPGA champion, the 44th edition of the opening major championship of the year. Certainly didn't disappoint. Congratulations, Mae Lim. You're the winner of the KLPGA Championship. More from the prize presentation and our champion in a couple of moments. Well played, Mae Lim.
딱 됐습니다. 이건 좀 아닌가?
그거 어깨 이렇게 한번 두르세요.
아 이거 어깨 둘러요?
아니 이거 이렇게 보이지 마.
So all smiles for your 2022 KLPGA champion Mae Lim Kim. Joins Jang Soo-yeon, Park Ji-young and Yoo Hae-ran as winners in the new season on the KLPGA Tour. With a 3-shot victory here at Il-dong Lakes Golf and Country Club just outside of Po-chun City. The first major championship of the 2022 season going the way of the 2020 U.S. Women's Open champion. Let's get to some highlights on what was a chaotic and thrilling Sunday afternoon. It started on the first with Lee Seong-yeon, who started the final round just 1 shot behind Kim Hyo-joo and signaled her intentions early. A brilliant second shot leading to a birdie, and at that point a share of the lead at 13 under par. But at the second hole, Kim Hyo-joo rolled in this important par-saving putt to keep her in a share of the lead. Seong-yeon would go on to drop a shot at the second, so Hyo-joo was up by 1 shot once again. Up to the fourth and enter the challengers. Mae Lim birdied the second, bogeyed the third, but then responded with a delightful wedge shot into the fourth. Converted a birdie, which took her back to 11 under par. And up ahead at the fifth, Lee Ga-young, desperate to win her first title on the KLPGA Tour, had an early bogey at the third, but drained that for birdie at the fifth to get back to 9 under par for the championship and back into the top 5. The par 5/8, such an important hole on the front 9. Got a birdie the par 5s to leave herself a chance. Ga-young didn't look thrilled with the contact, but she was certainly pleased with the result. That's setting up the second birdie of the outward half. Mae Lim Kim would also find a birdie at the 8th, curling that one in from left to right to get to 2 under for the final round. On the 11th hole, it all started to go a little bit wrong for Kim Hyo-joo. Bogey the 10th, and that short putt was for bogey at 11, so a double bogey left the door wide open. It wasn't even hanging open. It was off its hinges. And for the first time in a very long time, Hyo-joo found herself trailing Ga-young a couple of groups ahead on the 12th, the par 5, rolling that putt in for a birdie, which at that point moved her into a share of the lead. Then on 14, there was more drama for Hyo-joo. Bunker to bunker, a triple bogey 7, ending her hopes of a KLPGA championship and a completion of the career Grand Slam. And on 16, well, this was the moment when Kim Mae Lim pretty much sealed the deal. A birdie from across the green at the hardest hole on the back 9 took her to 12 under par and 3 shots clear of her closest pursuers at the last touch of a champion at the end. So very nearly the grandstand finish, but a simple tap in and we would crown Kim Mae Lim the 44th KLPGA champion. Ties the low round of the day at 2 under par 70 to finish the week, at 12 under for the championship, and a 3-stroke margin of victory over Lee Ga-young, bridesmaid once again on the KLPGA Tour. But congratulations, Kim Mae Lim, the 44th KLPGA champion.
이어서 크리스 SMG 김한흠 대표이사님 자리를 빛내주셨습니다. 네, 이제 본격적으로 시상식을 진행하겠습니다. 먼저 홀인원 시상인데요. 본자가에는 총 4개의 카테고리 5개의 경품이 걸려 있었습니다. 하지만 올해는 아쉽게도 홀인원의 주인공이 탄생하지 않았는데요. 내년을 기약하면서 다음 시상으로 바로 넘어가겠습니다. 다음은 베스트 드레서 시상입니다. 베스트 드레서상은 갤러리분들의 투표를 통해서 뽑은 상으로 KLPGA 최고의 신나는 스타일에 주어지는 상입니다. 부상으로 크리스 FNC 은유 교환권이 수여되겠습니다. 시상에는 크리스 FNC 김한욱 대표이사님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다. KLPGA 최고의 패션 스타 누군지 지금 바로 발표하겠습니다. 영광의 주인공은 박현경 프로입니다. 축하합니다. 네, 박현경 프로 전체로 모시겠습니다. 크리스 FNC와 좋은 인연을 이어가고 있는 박현경 프로이기 때문에 더욱더 의미 있는 상이 아닐까 싶은데요. 시상 보드가 전달이 됐고요. 이 상은 갤러리분들의 투표로 베스트 드레서로 선정이 됐습니다. 네, 다시 한번 박현경 프로에게 뜨거운 박수를 보내주시죠. 자, 이제 크리스 FNC 제44회 KLPGA 챔피언십 대망의 우승자 시상을 진행하겠습니다. KLPGA 투어 최고의 권위와 역사를 자랑하는 크리스 FNC 제44회 KLPGA 챔피언십 우승자 2022년 첫 번째 메이저 팀은 4라운드 총 276타 12 언더파를 기록한 김아림 선수입니다. 축하합니다. 먼저 회사인 크리스 FNC 우진석 회장님께서 우승 자켓을 입혀주시겠습니다. 네, 우승 자켓은 패션 기업인 크리스 FNC가 직접 제작한 자켓이고요. 트렌디하면서도 클래식한 케이크 느낌의 디자인을 보여주고 있습니다. 김아림 선수에게 정말 잘 어울리는 우승 자켓이네요. 네, 잠시 사진 촬영을 진행하겠습니다. 네, 또 다시 우리 후원사대회에서 역전승을 거둔 김아림 선수 이렇게 우승자께서 수여됐고요. 다음은 공동주최사이자 주관사인 한국여자 프로골프협회 김정태 회장님께서 KLPGA 챔피언십의 소식이죠. 수백의 트로피를 전달해 주시겠습니다. 트로피가 전달되겠습니다. 네, 네, 계속해서 크리스 FNC 우진석 회장님께서 우승 상금 2억 1,600만 원을 전달해 주시겠습니다. 무려 우승 상금 2억 1,600만 원이 김아림 선수에게 전달이 됐습니다. 또 오래간만에 우승 트로피를 들어올린 김아림 선수인데요. 다음은 한국여자 프로골프 투어 강춘자 대표이사께서 축하의 꽃다발을 전해주시겠습니다. 축하의 꽃다발 전달드리겠습니다. 우승 첫 메이저 팀 김아림 선수입니다. 그리고 다음은 주간방송사인 SBS 미디어의 김경호 대표이사님께서 역시나 축하의 꽃다발을 전달해 주시겠습니다. 네, 다시 한번 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 네, 이번에 선수 트리플 보이게 들어주시고요. 네, 내비분들과 함께 사진 촬영이 진행되겠습니다.
So Mae Lim basks in the glory of her third KLPGA title and her first KLPGA Major Championship, the 2022 edition of this great tournament, going alongside her win at the US Women's Open back in 2020. It's been a phenomenal 4 days from Ildong Lakes at the 44th playing of the KLPGA Championship. So the first major of the year in the books here at Ildong Lakes. Mae Lim taking home the season opening major 44th KLPGA Championship. That about does it for our coverage from Pocheon City this week. We do hope you've enjoyed our live coverage for 4 days here at the 44th KLPGA Championship. Have a wonderful Sunday evening, everyone. Do join us next week for the 8th Kyochon Honey Ladies Open from Kingsdale. There'll be heartbreak for Kim Hyo-ju and so many others who had their chances Sunday afternoon. But it's all going to be about Mae Lim Kim, who picks up 216 million Korean won and her first major title on the KLPGA Tour. Have a wonderful Sunday ahead, and we'll see you next week at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Open. This is Timothy Lowe saying goodbye for now.